I went out to go for a run, but first of all, there are cricket players at the park, and second of all, it was so hot I couldn't even walk around the block. I mean, I did, but I barely could. Today, I realised I hadn't done a getting real video on mental health in a very long time, so I thought that I'd do one now, and it's because I had the idea to introduce some books about mental health or mental illness, so mental health problems, mental illness, that I think are really good. And these books may not necessarily be by the point of view of a person with mental illness, but most of them are, so here we go. Okay, first of all, we've got The Manifesto on How to Be Interesting by Holly Bourne. I don't actually own a copy of this book or have a copy with me, but it's a very, very good book, and I think the thing that I liked most about it was that it didn't shy away from anything. It was very honest and very truthful. The author was very real in what she was saying. There's a lot of stuff about depression and self-harm in there, and it's very, very true, and it's not romanticized, it's just honest, and it's a really good book. The second one is also by Holly Bourne, which is Am I Normal Yet? Which is, I'm sorry, I'm so exhausted, okay. This book is about OCD. It is the only OCD book I have read that did not romanticize OCD. There's a book called OCD Love Story by Corey Ann Haydu, which makes OCD, it's not very true for me. I didn't relate to it at all. It didn't feel real. It felt like it was just too mild. It kind of made it too fluffy and happy. So when I found Am I Normal Yet, I was amazed by exactly how dark it got, because it went very, very deep into the mind of a girl with OCD and anxiety, and she has very severe OCD. It's a lot more severe than mine is, but I found there was a lot I could still really relate to, and it also carries a message of hope in the end, so that's a book I really recommend. The third one is My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Warga. I don't know how to say Warga. I'm going to say Warga. And that book, when I read, I pretty much started crying straight away because it was very, very honest. It wasn't one of those books about depression that makes it all beautiful and meaningful, because that's not what depression is. There are so many parts in the book where it talks about how so many people make depression meaningful and beautiful, but it's not. It doesn't feel that way. It just means you're sad and you don't want to live. And I was very worried that it wasn't going to end well, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it's definitely very sad, but a very important book, and I don't know how I didn't read it sooner, because it is honestly such an important novel. And it also goes into a lot of stuff about family and the main character's past, her reasons for depression, and it's just very, very honest, so it's a good one. Now, these last two I actually do have copies of. So the first one is Looking for Alaska by John Green, and you're probably going to go, what? Punch didn't have depression or anything? Which, no, he didn't, but if you read it, it is very clear that Alaska Young is at the very least bipolar, and it basically shows the effects of someone with bipolar disorder on a person, and I think that's a really important thing to read, because, well, I mean, also it's just such a good book. It is just a very, very good book. So I think this is John Green's first book, and I read The Fault in Our Stars first, and I thought it was pretty good, but I loved Looking for Alaska because I thought it read really deeply into problems of mental illness and things like that, and it's just such an important book. The next book, which is the last one, is Crazy by Amy Reed, And Amy Reed does do a lot of really important books about mental illness and about drug use and addiction and that kind of thing. But I think this one was my favourite book that I ever read by her. And this is crazy. And it is about a boy he went to a camp and he was a camp counsellor with this other girl named Izzy. And so the main character is Connor. But it's all in form of email. And even though it's in the form of email, it does so well at getting into the feeling and meaning of what is going on in the story. And a lot of the writing that Izzy does is very, very depressing and very dark. And she is bipolar. She has bipolar disorder, and it does get very, very dark quite soon. But it is a very, very important novel, I think. I've said that about all these, because without any of these books, I don't know where I'd be, because, like, for example, with Am I Normal Yet, I had never read a book that showed OCD in the way that I felt it. And so reading that was amazing. And it made me feel less alone, and all of these books do that. So, please at least check out some of these books. And there's another one too I don't have with me called Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin, which is about a gender fluid teenager named Riley, and it does so well at getting, like, I had never related to a book that much, I don't think. And it was just very honest about being gender fluid, and also the main character Riley, they had anxiety, so I liked it. It had many aspects to it, and it was just, that's a good book too. So check out all those books. Sorry for the long video, but this was Getting Real, video 5, I think. Thank you for watching. Mufasa.